Welcome to Menu Monday. New recipes every Monday. Stuck in that cooking rut? I've been there. Come join me and try some new things. I have fun in the kitchen and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get cooking. Our first meal this week is going to be chicken bog, which I had never heard of, but it says it's made different ways in different places, perhaps most found often in the Pee and the Low Country regions of South Carolina. Being in South Carolina for almost 40 years, you'd think I would have heard of it. Big Daddy grew up in South Carolina. He says it's very close to chicken perlet, I think is what he called it. Anyway, in Lawrence, South Carolina, they've been doing an annual festival of the bog off, as they call it, since 1979. So it is big to the region. So I thought I would give it a try. So I found an Instant Pot version, which is perfect for me. And the first thing you're going to do is put it on medium heat and add some oil. Once the oil gets hot, you put in the onion and the sausage. I've already put the onion in here. I'm cutting up the sausage, and that says to halve and slice 1/2 inch thick. I will have the ingredients as always at the end of this recipe. And we're going to cook the onion and sausage until the sausage is lightly browned. Love my dish towel. We're going to add some rotisserie chicken, which I previously shredded. And now we're just going to finish off the sausage and onion. After that's done, we're going to add some garlic. Again, the ingredients or measurements will be at the end of the video. We'll mix that in. Then we're going to stir in 4 cups of chicken broth. I make my own. I use the bouillon chicken. It's 1 teaspoon per cup of water. So I put 2 teaspoons in here because this is a 2-cup measuring cup. We're going to do this again. That way we have our 4 cups of broth in the Instant Pot. We're going to add our rice. And then our salt and pepper. I use the Himalayan pink salt in the grinder and the black pepper also in the grinder. We'll get that all mixed up, and then we're going to put the lid on. We're going to set it to sealing, and then we're going to cook pressure cook for 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, we do a natural release for 10, and then release the rest of the pressure, and the rice should be tender. We're going to turn it on saute, and we're going to adjust that to low heat. We're going to stir in our rotisserie chicken that's already cooked, and the remaining broth, which is 1 cup. And then we just cook this until the chicken is heated through. It takes about 5 minutes. And you can also sprinkle this with green onions. I did not have any, so we skipped that. And then it says to serve this with hot sauce. It was absolutely delicious, and I cannot believe I've never heard of it before. I'm definitely going to be making this again. It's so easy, so quick, and very flavorful. Here's your ingredients, and I hope you give it a try. Tonight we're going to do a chicken Alfredo. This is done in the crock pot, which I'm going to use the Emil Lagasse oven as a slow cooker. Now, you can use regular chicken breasts and just put them in the slow cooker. Mine were large, so I just cut them up. The actual recipe that I'm going to have for you is to put some garlic salt on the chicken, which would be lovely. I just happen to use Nature's seasoning and some lemon pepper chicken seasoning that I had on hand. But any seasoning you like on your chicken would go over fine. We're going to cook this in the slow cooker for 3 hours on low. Meanwhile, I'm cutting up some zucchini. I was canning that night, and I had a lot of zucchini left over, and I think squash too, and I just fried it in the pan as a side dish with a little olive oil and some more Nature's seasoning. That is not really a recipe, I just sort of pulled that together, trying to use up everything coming out of our garden. It was very delicious though. Alright, I've got some pasta cooking and some boiling water. And that's for the chicken Alfredo. Once the 3 hours is up, you want to drain your chicken, just to release the juices that cook or come out as it cooks. Put the chicken back in your slow cooker, and then add your Alfredo sauce. Now I use this Classico. It calls for 2 jars. I only used one because I didn't have that much chicken, and I saved the other one so that the next day when it sort of had soaked up and I had leftovers, I had another jar available. So if you get 2 jars, it doesn't go to waste. We're going to drain our pasta. Ooh, that's fun in slow motion. We'll rinse that off. We've got half of our zucchini and squash cooked, so I'm going to get that out and then cook up the other half. Fast forward, we got the other half done too, and we'll get that on the plate. Put some garlic salt on there to season that up, and a little onion. Then let's add some cheese. The pasta is now done. Let's serve dinner. We'll get the chicken out of the oven and put our zucchini and squash on the side, and dinner was ready. It was really good and really simple. So today we're going to make some 50-50 burgers. This is a recipe we got from a camp host at Hamilton Branch State Park, and we just had to try it. So what you do basically is do half hamburger and half ground sausage. I'm not sure what seasonings he used for this, so I used my regular burger seasonings, so it may be a little different than what he did. First of all, we get all this hamburger and the sausage into the bowl. We're going to add our Worcestershire sauce liquid smoke. And I'll have all the measurements, of course, as always, at the end of this and on our website, rvlifeintheusa.com. Onion powder, garlic powder, salt. I use the Himalayan pink salt, ground black pepper, and some parsley. I use dried. We'll get all this mixed up, and then we'll make our patties. Be careful not to overwork the meat. It leads to a tougher burger, and you want to sort of press the middle of the burger so that it doesn't fatten up in the middle, and that way it's evenly cooked. So we did this, and we put an indent in the center of each to prevent the bunching up in the middle. Now, you can cook these on the grill, in the oven, however you want to do your burgers. Whatever, everybody's different, and you can do what you want with these. But they taste delicious, no matter what. I chose to put mine in my fryer pan, and this has the griddle marks, so it's like cooking on the grill, but you're doing it inside. The weather wasn't that great, so this is what we ended up doing. I think I did 4 and 4. I did. And just cook them through until they were cooked to the correct temperature. In addition, I did some waffle fries, and I just did them in the Emeril Lagasse oven and used the air fryer function for that. I love my little oven. I know y'all can tell. If you're returning subscribers, I've had it for quite some time. If you're new, I like the propane, but in the summer, the Emeril Lagasse just cooks so much faster, and it doesn't heat the camper up as much. And that's what I love about it. And if I have a lot of people to cook for, I use both ovens. I'm not against the propane, and I really use it a lot in the winter when it's cold because it helps keep the house warm. But in the summer, the electric one cooks faster. Here's the dish. Hope you try it. It was really good, and here's your ingredients. So tonight it was time to do some canning. Our garden is overflowing with vegetables, and I have so many cucumbers, so that was the next thing that I wanted to can. So there we go, and I have some peppers as well. So last time we did the canning, we went out to the cookhouse and we used the big thing to sterilize the jars. But today we were in the camper, so I just used my Instant Pot. I set it to boil, and I did 3 or 4 pots at a time. It doesn't take long because as soon as you take some jars out, it's still boiling and you get to put your next ones in. So it was just as easy than toting everything back to the cookhouse. So that's what I did. I just cycled everything. I got them boiled, took them out, and I was watching TV and uploading a video at the same time. So multitasking to the max. Here we go with our next load of jars, all done and steamed, or boiled, should I say, which is another word for sterilizing. I'm learning all this canning stuff, never done it before, but good to learn. Now I'm going to do the brine, which is water, apple cider vinegar, and I will have all the ingredients as always at the end of the video and on our website rvlifeintheusa.com. Now I tried 2 different recipes for the pickles, and the first one, which I'm going to show you here, I'm sorry, I added salt to the brine too. Let me not get ahead of myself. Alright, we'll get the jars turned over. And for the recipe, which I found online, it called for garlic, dill seed, and red pepper flakes. Now we're going to cut up our cucumbers and get them into, I did some spears and I did some like sandwich pickles. I just used up what I could. If they were too long, I cut the ends off and used them as in sandwich pickles. But the spears is what I was going for. And I got lots of them too. I was so excited. Now for this set, we just bought some pickling spice that came in a jar. So I went ahead and used that on some of these, trying to decide which ones we like best. I think we have decided, and I will share that with you at the end of this clip. So here I'm just doing the bread and butter. I don't know what they call these. They're just sliced. And you put them on your sandwiches or whatever, but I'm sure there's a proper name for it. But like I said, I'm new to canning. I'm just chopping up the rest of the peppers that we had, and I did boil some vinegar to take care of those. Now this is the brine that was used to pickle the cucumbers, turn them into pickles. And this one was a bag or package that we got from Walmart for kosher dill, and I link this on our website rvlifeintheusa.com, and I think after tasting all the pickles, this is our favorite. It is called Mrs. Wag's Pickling Spice. It's where you get, like, you go to Walmart and you get all your jars and your lids and so forth, and it comes in a package and it says kosher dill, and oh my gosh, it's so good. And like I said, I will link it on the website, so be sure to check that out. They taste like, one of our favorite sub places to go is Firehouse Subs, and they of course serve a pickle with your sandwich, and these taste just as good as those, which is one of our very favorites. So I think that's what I used before. I like the other flavors too, but the one that we got at Walmart, Mrs. Wag's, was my favorite. So I get all these sealed up, and this was the white vinegar that I heated up to do the banana peppers, and that was my last jar. Like I said, here are the ingredients for the recipe I got online, and the link to the one that I bought at Walmart will be on our website. Hope that helps. Tonight's meal is going to be sesame chicken and rice. We're going to, in a gallon-sized resealable bag, mix together 2 tablespoons of cornstarch for some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to cut up the chicken pieces and put them in the bag, and then shake until they're completely coated. You want to cut your chicken up into bite-sized pieces, and that's what we're doing here. And of course, I'm removing all that excess fat. My returning subscribers know that I cannot stand that. If you're new to the channel, yeah, I cut all the fat off the chicken. I really, that grosses me out. So that's what I do. So we're going to set the Instant Pot on saute, and we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of sesame oil to the Instant Pot and let that heat up. I will have at the end of this clip all the ingredients for this particular recipe, and also on the website rvlifeintheusa.com with directions also. So we're going to toss this chicken in the cornstarch until it's completely coated, and then in the bowl we're going to add the other ingredients. And I'm just getting the oil all over the bottom of the pan. And we're going to get our chicken in here, and I did speed this up. And once all our chicken's in here, we'll just let it saute just until it turns a golden brown color. Now in the small bowl we're going to mix together the soy sauce, the ketchup, and the red pepper flakes. And again, all the ingredients at the end of this and on the website with directions. I'm going to mix this all up, and then after our chicken's brown, we're going to pour it onto that in the Instant Pot. But we're going to make sure we get all the chicken browned first. And it's coming along nicely here. I'm going to speed this up and show you how I get it somewhat browned on all sides before I pour in the liquids. Alright, now our liquids are going to go in. We're going to give that a good stir, make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom. You don't want to burn notice. Now the last time I cooked this, I did get a burn notice, so I added an additional ½ cup water to this mixture, and I did not get a burn notice this time. I don't think that's in the instructions or directions, but just a suggestion. It wasn't in the original recipe, but I did that, and it does help. After the 3 minutes is up, you're going to do, well, it's going to take about 10 minutes to pressurize and then 3 minutes to cook. And once the 3 minutes is up, you're going to do a quick release and let the pressure out. We're going to now add the remaining sesame oil and the honey and mix it in with the chicken. Now in another bowl, which I've already done prior to this, I mixed together the water with the remaining cornstarch. You want to shake that up and pour that in here now and hit saute, and that will thicken up your sauce. And there goes my mixture there. And you want to serve this on rice or any other, or low carb rice. We do cauliflower rice sometimes. And then top it with sesame seeds, or my new favorite thing is everything bagel. It makes a fantastic dinner, full of flavor, and I really think you should try it. Let me know if you do and how you like it. Here are your ingredients. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this week's Menu Monday. More meals that I had not done before, some I have. But I love trying new things. If you have a recipe that you'd like to share with me, that would be great. Please put it in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If this is the first video you've ever seen, please consider subscribing. It's free. We have fun. We do cooking and travel videos. My husband is a industrial pipe fitter, and we travel job to job around the country. And while we're there, we visit around the area. We never know where we're going next, but that's the fun part of it. Alright, well, I'll see you next Monday, if not before. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful week. Love you. Bye-bye.